You know what, man? Philip being the good boy. You might be wondering who the flip is this guy who is wearing a gown and he's changing his bed, doing his bed. Yeah, I just got up. But Philip being the good boy, dude. Now what do I mean by this? Who is even the good boy? Well, the good boy is it's who we're told to be by our parents, bro. You already know this. It's literally the one who gets the good school grades. He listens to his mom. Oh, mommy's boy. You know, he goes to study medicine. He becomes the doctor. He gets married. He gets married when he's stable enough. You know, he has children, family, happily ever after. Nowadays, the good boy suffers. Let me just tell you that. I'm not some guy who's massively experienced in like the world and everything. Of course, I'm only like a 17-year-old. You see me right now. But one thing I will tell you, bro, is that it's outdated. It is outdated living to be the good boy. And we know this. We know already. I know if you're watching this, you obviously work on improving yourself already. You're already watching how to get better. I know you've already been building a pretty good physique. You've been trying to work on business. You've been thinking about business. Trying to take action on some things. Like, you know about self-improvement, I know. But there's one thing that you haven't really been thinking about, which is obviously your future. And I know right now it's been this vague assumption of, you know, you'll get married. Yeah, I know you're gonna get married. I'm also gonna get married. But how is that gonna happen? How will you find your wife? That's one good question to ask, bro. Like, how will you actually get her? Do you think she'll just come to you? Because I know that you've heard this phrase of, okay, I won't chase girls. I won't chase after them. I'm going to grind. I'm going to lock in. I'll focus. I'll build money. I'll keep building the physique. I'll meditate. I'll stay away from bad habits. And I'll continue to do this for the rest of my life. And bro, girls will come to me naturally. They will start coming to me because I'll just be this better man, this higher value man, right? That's what you believe right now. You think that you're not going to chase the butterflies and you build the garden that the butterflies will come to. That is bull crap. That is bull crap. I just want to tell you right now, that is bull crap. That is a lie. That is how it's not going to work. I don't know if you've been... This is advice I've been hearing recently from the bigger creators themselves. It doesn't work like that, bro. It actually can when you think about it. But right now, bro, how many females are you even talking to? Okay, just be honest with me. It's only me and you. 0. I know it's 0. You're talking to none. I know you're talking to none. How do I know? Don't ask me, but I know you're talking to none. You're not even texting none. Which is good, but you think it's because it's distracting you, right? You think you're being distracted when you do this. Like, you literally think that you're gonna get distracted if you interact with females in any way right now. And you've been improving yourself for quite a while, bro. I won't lie. Like, you're very... We can credibly give you some praise for what you've done. Because, you know, I know you're no longer addicted to bad habits as much as you were before. We're even completely free now. Like, I freed myself from the porn, the gooning, you know. We don't do that anymore, right? Well, to be honest, bro, it's not gonna work like that. Because what will happen is, fine, maybe when you do start saying, okay, now I need to get girls, first of all, you'll be really shit at it. Like, you'll be really, really terrible at it. Because you haven't been communicating with other human beings. You've been ignoring them, telling yourself this fantasy of, oh no, I can just focus on my life only. On myself. Kind of gay. But then when you actually somehow just finally do to pull someone, just because of the way you're gonna look, your physique, your money, you will get used for it. I know you've heard this before. The female, excuse me, I do need to take a dump. The female will use you just for your money. Even if you'll have the physique, even if you'll technically be a high value man, you want to marry, you can have sex. Because isn't it, you're religious, right? You're Christian. Well, he's gonna make you wait for it. He's gonna make you wait for it. He's gonna make you pay for date after date after date, because that's all she's gonna see from you. She'll see you as this provider person. You get married, and you might even, your chances of getting divorced will be very high. Now, I don't want to go deep into that, but all I'm saying, bro, is that I'm sorry, but this mindset you've had of, let me just focus on the grind, girls will come later. They're not gonna come, not in the way you think they will, because I know you're winning. But bro, there's so many guys right now who get into like these long-term monogamous relationships who literally get cucked, they get cheated on. Like, getting cheated on is so normal nowadays. It is literally so normal. I know I can make some girls cheat on their boyfriends. Even wives cheat. It's female nature. It's female nature, and most guys don't even understand how women are. They don't know what they want. They don't know how. They don't understand them. So they get cheated on. They get divorced. Even the guys that tend to build pretty successful lives, just because of the fact that they never understood women, they end up getting divorced. And they become so depressed and suicidal at the end of it that, like, what was the point? I'm telling you right now, all of this came from them keeping that part of the good boy syndrome inside of them. I don't know why I keep saying good boy, but they just had this good boy belief. They kept that good boy belief of like what marriage, what love was supposed to be like with women. They listened to their parents. Fine, they self-improved, but you want that to be you, bro. So what I'm trying to tell you right now is flip being the good boy in terms of girls. You can't ignore them now. From now on, you are no longer ignoring them, because what I'm going to tell you now is that you actually need to get good with them. Especially right now, the age that you are right now, like a teenager. Excuse me, I need to dump. You need to get good with them for now. You need to get the understanding. Now, you need to get the understanding, because women are not the way you think they are right now. They are not. You need to gain understanding. You need to be exposing yourself to them, because the more experienced you get with them, by the time you feel like you want to be married and you've seen their brutal realities, that is when you'll be in a safer position to marry and things, even after you've continued. Like, you can continue your self-improvement. I'm just telling you right now, change your philosophy. You flip it, change your philosophy. Now, you are grinding on your fitness, but you're also going to make sure you socialize as much as possible right now and get good with girls as much as possible, because it doesn't distract you. I'm literally telling you, all the successful people I've read about, all of them had a story where first, when they were like teenagers around our age, they were getting like really social, really fit. Yeah, they were working out, going to the gym, building good physiques, but at the same time, they were spending a lot of time with the women they wanted. They really understood female nature. They were getting all of these experiences, whatever. I know some of them were kind of DJing, but overall, all of those skills allowed them to transfer and properly and easily and quickly make money. But later on, when they were older and they wanted to, everyone, there was this guy who was literally a DJ in uni. He went to uni after being the good boy in his parents' home. He had a pretty good physique because he started working out. And when he went to uni, he did become a DJ. He was sleeping around all the time. But guess what? At some point he realized he needed to lock in. And when he did, he ended up getting up to making like a $10,000 a month business in literally like 6 months of just locking in. And that was after all of his degeneracy, but in his time with girls. Other guy, Hamza, you know him. Same thing as well, bro. He started building a business after his flipping like girls, party face. Not saying we have to party, but they got really good with people and women. They really did before they even like focused on business. Because right now, me and you, we have this insecurity. I'm already ahead of you because I started working on it. I'm just letting you know. Because the way you get good with girls is by being that bad boy that they want to smash. But then also having some elements of the good boy. But you can't completely be a good boy. That was my alarm, sorry. You can't.